My younger sister Clara had been using the same excuse ever since she turned 21, because she couldn't have her one true love. She believed she had the right to ruin anyone else's happiness. It wasn't the innocent kind of heartbreak people sympathized with. No, Clara was dangerous. If you were happy, she would find a way to destroy it and then hide behind the excuse of her tragic love story. That story. Some guy named Adrian she met at a college party 4 years ago. They had a drunken one-night stand. He ghosted her the next morning. From that point on, she clung to him like he was her lost soulmate. She used that excuse to justify every awful thing she did. First, there was her childhood best friend, Lydia. Clara stayed over at Lydia's house one weekend, and by Monday, Lydia's boyfriend was texting Clara good morning and making plans. Lydia found them together in her own bed. Clara's defense. You don't know what it's like to lose your soulmate. Lydia never spoke to her again. Then came our cousin's engagement party. Clara showed up in a designer dress, got drunk, and cornered the groom in the bathroom. He later told everyone she kept whispering that he reminded her of someone special. Thankfully, he shoved her away and told his fiancée immediately. But Clara cried to our parents, spinning tales about how happy couples triggered her trauma. Our mom coddled her, even booking a spa retreat for her to heal. By the time I met Marcus, I knew her game. I kept him far from family events, scrubbed Clara from my social media, and warned Marcus she was going through a tough phase. For 2 years it worked. We got engaged in spring. A small, intimate wedding was planned. I made one mistake. I mentioned it at our mom's birthday dinner. Clara's eyes gleamed. I'm so happy for you. When do I get to meet him? A week later, Marcus showed me his phone, laughing. Your sister found me on Instagram through a fake account. Look at these messages, he chuckled. We laughed at her desperation, and he blocked her. But 3 weeks before my wedding I got the flu. Marcus was away at his brother's golf tournament. My friend who lived near Clara's apartment texted me. Are you at your sister's? I just saw Marcus's car in the visitor parking. My stomach dropped. Fever or not, I drove there. I used the spare key Clara had given me for emergencies. I found them on her couch, both half-dressed. Her head was in his lap, his hand tangled in her hair. She looked up at me with crocodile tears already pooling. I'm so sorry, she whispered. He just reminds me so much of Adrian. Marcus didn't even try to explain. That was the moment I snapped. See, Adrian wasn't some mysterious ghost. We had followed each other on Instagram for years. Mutual college friends, occasional likes on posts, but never more. He lived 3 hours away, worked as a physical therapist, and often posted pictures of his golden retriever. Fueled by fury, I messaged him. Hey, this might sound crazy, but my sister was obsessed with you in college and just ruined my wedding. Want to help me destroy her fantasy? 12 minutes later, Adrian replied. Maggie, the girl who stalked me to my hometown? I'm in. Turns out Clara had already driven to his city once, introduced herself to his mother under false pretenses, and spun a story about how they were star-crossed lovers kept apart by fate. Adrian sent me everything. Screenshots, photos, even an audio recording of his mother saying, She seemed so sincere, dear. I'm sorry if I overstepped. Clara wasn't looking for love. She was looking to possess. This time she wouldn't get away with it. Adrian and I hatched a plan. He visited me the weekend of our family's next big gathering, my father's birthday. I hadn't spoken to Clara since catching her with Marcus, but I knew she'd be there. Adrian and I rehearsed everything. Lines, gestures, timing. When we walked into the house hand in hand, Clara's laugh died mid-sentence. Everyone, I announced casually. This is Adrian. She turned ghost white. Adrian gave her a polite nod. Good to see you again, Clara. Her mask cracked. She mumbled something incoherent as I snuggled closer to him, posting selfies and tagging him in stories. At lunch, she tried to spark a conversation, bringing up false memories from college. Adrian, perfectly composed, called me love every other sentence and never took his eyes off me. Each time he touched me, Clara looked like she swallowed glass. After lunch, she fled to the bathroom. Followed. "What do you want now?" she spat, makeup smeared. "Just checking in. Must be hard watching your soulmate adore your sister," I said sweetly. "You're doing this to hurt me," she wailed. "No, Clara. I'm showing you how it feels to lose," I replied. "You destroyed my engagement out of jealousy. This is justice." "He was mine," she screamed, punching the wall. "I saw him first. I felt it first." "No, you obsessed first," I said calmly. "He never wanted you. He never will. Now sit back and watch him love me. I didn't have to beg." She collapsed in sobs. I walked out with my head high. Adrian was waiting, arm around the back of my chair. "Ready for the next act," he whispered. "Never been more ready," I grinned. The next day my mom called, begging for empathy. "Clara spent all night crying," she said. "She's fragile. You could have spared her." "Spared her?" I laughed bitterly. "She slept with my fiancé. While I was home sick." Mom still defended her. I realized no one in my family would ever take my side. That Monday, Adrian and I went to brunch with my friends. They adored him. Later, Adrian posted a photo of us cuddling in the park, captioned, "Sometimes love appears when you least expect it." Clara commented within minutes, "This is disgusting. You know what he means to me." Adrian replied, "Clara, we hooked up once. Once. You stalked me for years. That's not love. It's obsession." The post blew up. Former classmates, cousins, everyone piled on. Finally, someone said it. "She always seemed off." Clara went silent but sent me endless voice messages. Crying, yelling, begging. "You're ruining my life." I replied with one text. "No, Clara. I'm just showing you how to rebuild after being destroyed. Something you never learned." Then I blocked her. But it didn't stop there. She posted a sob story selfie. Red eyes, swollen face, dramatic caption about betrayal. People comforted her. Some even shared it. I showed up at my parents' house the next day. "We need to talk," I said, walking in. Clara slinked down the stairs, playing victim. "Enough," I said, turning to my parents. "You all saw the post. You know what really happened." I exposed everything, the affair, the manipulation, the screenshots. "Maggie, please." My mom started. "No," I cut her off. "Clara has played victim long enough. She seduced my fiancé, betrayed me, and now cries because I moved on. But no amount of sad posts can erase the truth. Her mask is gone." I left without waiting for a response. Adrian waited in the car, coffee in hand. "How did it go?" he asked. "Perfect," I replied, feeling lighter than ever. And I wasn't done. We kept attending social events together, becoming the couple everyone talked about. Clara wasn't invited anymore. At our cousin's wedding, Clara approached Adrian during the dance. "Ethan, can I talk to you?" she asked with her fake sweet voice. "No," he replied with a calm smile. "I'm busy loving your sister." I added, "And for the first time I'm truly loved." "You wouldn't understand, Clara. You mistake attention for love." She stumbled back, tripping over her dress. No one helped. Weeks later, I told our story anonymously on a podcast about betrayal and revenge. It went viral. Clara heard it. She DM'd me. "Do you really need to humiliate me for clout?" I replied, "It's not humiliation. It's liberation. I spent years living in your theater. Now the story is mine." She never responded again. Her social media slowly vanished. Brands dropped her. Her carefully built image crumbled. But I kept living. Adrian and I weren't a game anymore. He became my safe place. He stayed. Through everything, I stopped thinking about Marcus. He was just a shadow of my past. One night, Adrian and I were eating pizza on the couch when he asked, "Too soon to call you my girlfriend? Or too late?" I laughed. "Too late. I already am." He smiled. "To what comes after revenge, then?" We toasted, and I knew this wasn't about revenge anymore. It was about love that didn't need excuses or games. And every time I saw Clara's name somewhere, I didn't feel anger. Felt peace. Because she was finally irrelevant. And I was finally free.